All right, folks, we're going to take that milk we got and we're going to make an attempt at making our first cheese. The cheese that we're making is a simple recipe that's more like a mozzarella, but it's not a melting cheese, it's an eating cheese. I'm going to go ahead and put the 2 quarts of fresh milk into a stainless steel pot, and then I'm going to heat it up. I'm kind of pasteurizing it because I want it to get up to be around 190, 195 degrees, and pasteurization happens at right around 185. So we don't want it to boil, and we're going to be stirring it off and on throughout just to make sure it doesn't scorch on the bottom. And then I'll show you what comes next. Okay, so I used my candy thermometer so I could make sure that I was right at about 190 degrees. And now what we're going to do is I turned off the heat. I'm actually going to take it and move it over off the heat. And then I'm going to be adding 1/3 cup of vinegar. I'm just using white vinegar. She said you could use any kind of vinegar you want. I just figured white would be easier. And I'm just going to drizzle it in here. And then I'm going to just stir it in just a little bit to make sure that it's in there, but I don't want to stir it too much. If you stir too much, the curds, I guess, kind of break down. And now all I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave this sit for about 10 minutes, and then we will strain it out. While we're waiting on the cheese mixture to sit, I went ahead and I prepped straining it. I've got a kettle underneath with a colander, and then I have, this is just flour sackcloth towel. You could use cheesecloth, or actually I know somebody who likes to use clean old white men's undershirts, the ones they get all stained and the guys don't want to wear them anymore. She just bleaches them and then cuts them and uses them for all kinds of stuff. So you just wet them down. You want to wet it down so that way the liquid will separate out of it really well. And we'll be back in just a minute when the time's up. Okay, so we're going to take it. I actually decided to get a different pot so the colander sits in it a little bit better. And then we're going to put it in there and drain. Now, I'm not sure how much it makes a difference of what type of good milk you get. You know, the Toggenburgs don't have a really high butter fat, so I'm wondering if a little bit richer butter fat would probably make more cheese, because it doesn't look like there's going to be a whole lot to this. But, hey, worth a try, right? We'll see what happens. Alright, so I'm kind of disappointed, and I'm thinking maybe it's the fact that there's not a lot of butter fat in this milk. That's it, out of 2 quarts. And I still need to squeeze it a little bit more, so all I did was I added just about a teaspoon of salt. You can probably adjust that as long as you add it when it's still warm. And then I gathered up my towel, wrapped it up, and twisted it, and just kept squeezing and squeezing it to get all the liquid out. Now the way, I'll probably just go ahead and feed that to the chickens. It's a vinegar way, it won't hurt them. Some people say you can also use it as a rinse for your hair, but we're probably just going to give it to birds. But we'll see how this tastes. Oh wait, there may not be very much of it, but it actually is really good. All right. That's our first attempt at making cheese. While it wasn't much, I've got cheese that I can eat, which is pretty cool. See you guys later. Come here, my taste testers. Come here. You have to try the goat cheese that Mommy just made.
Nope.
Get in here and try it now. I'm going to get upset with you. You know the rule. You have to try it. Take a little bite. Seriously. Well, I think it tastes good. Here, try it.
I'm scared.
You're always scared. Be brave. Put it in your mouth. Do not. You don't like it? Mommy likes it. I guess more for me then.